Gardens build community, period. It's funny to be on the other side of the fence and just hear the comments. You know, people guessing what stuff is, just ooh and ah. Seeing somebody out here at 6 in the morning standing in the street just looking at the sunflowers, I mean, that's what it's here for. Just because of how people look at them and when they see them and just how it changes their mood. I didn't want it to be symmetrical. I didn't want everything to be lined up. I want it to be like a forest. I like to live on the edge, so I plant mint where you're not supposed to. These are seed pods, and these things, the seeds are in here. The wind takes them all over the place, and you'll wind up with broccoli 2 blocks away, and people wonder why. I didn't plant no broccoli. How the hell did I get broccoli? Plants want to live, you know, and they're going to morph, and they're going to do things, and they're going to follow the sun. Everything they can do to survive. They let you know what they want. They let you know what they need. And I'm providing an environment where they can live. To me, it's like my solace right now. Plants change people. I have conversations with people that I've seen for years that I would never imagine. This takes some people back home, because a lot of people are from the South, and now they're living in apartment buildings where they used to be on land. I had people that would drive by and say, I just wanted my mom to see your garden. Hey, look, Mom, this is what you used to do, I guess. And they knew that their mom would, you know, feel good about seeing this. There's an elderly Japanese guy, and he would come early in the morning, and he would just walk the paths. I mean, slow. He would just walk the paths of the garden, and he's in his 80s, and he doesn't speak English. He'd just walk in the garden. So we, you know, found a way to communicate sign language, and he brought me some plants that he wanted me to grow. I found a mother and a daughter out here at 10:30 at night. You don't just go somewhere at 10:30 at night, especially over here in somebody's garden at 10:30 at night, unless you really need it, and it hurt me. It made me sad. You know, and I told him, you know, take what you want. Why should there be people hungry here? One plant will give you 1,000, 2,000, 20,000 seeds. We have the land to plant them. If you look down the streets here, you see all this brown grass and grass, when you can be feeding people. They call areas like this throughout the United States, you know, food deserts. I thought, you know, why not have food forests?
We cook indoors. Why not grow there as well? That's the idea behind a new growing trend, indoor kitchen gardening. It's all about having the freshest vegetables and herbs right at our fingertips. Of course, there is no single definition of a kitchen garden. It can be anything, from a few simple pots on a windowsill to a floor-to-ceiling vertical wall growing a bountiful harvest. A simple hanging basket can grow kale. A sliding shelf can grow beans. You can even find countertop hydroponic systems ready to sprout an entire salsa garden. Imagine a recipe calling for fresh spinach leaves or a sprig of mint, and it's right within arm's reach. Delicious. So next time you start thinking about redecorating, think about the color green and start a garden right next to your collection of recipe books.
Chances are, this family won't eat everything in their shopping cart, and that food will end up in a landfill along with nearly 35 million tons of perfectly edible food Americans throw away every year. But one country is looking to change that. Oui, oui. Hey there, I'm Sean Dowling for Buzz 60. France just made it illegal for grocery stores to throw away edible food. According to French newspaper Le Monde, officials just passed a bill in the National Assembly requiring food retailers donate edible, unused food to charities or to facilities where it can be broken down and reused as compost or animal feed. A French politician sponsored the bill after he was horrified to see bleach being deliberately poured into supermarket garbages along with edible foods to stop people from rummaging through the trash. The move by France is being applauded by food and environmental organizations worldwide, and the French politicians are hoping other countries hop on board. Given that Americans toss out 20% more food than we did just 15 years ago, maybe it's time to throw our hat in the ring and no more food in the trash. Buzz 60. Now you know, pass it on.
I was working on Wall Street and I kind of plateaued at my job. I'd always wanted to own my own business, so I came back home to Philly and I started Rose's Fresh Pizza to sell pizza by the slice for $1. You can run a successful business these days and still give back to the community. Looking around, we've got a lot of posters on the wall. We let our customers pre-purchase slices of pizza that we can give to homeless people. So they pay $1, and instead of getting another slice of pizza, they put a post-it on our wall, and then a homeless person comes in, takes the post-it off the wall, and trades it in for a slice of pizza. It's good for business, and it's good for society. We have homeless people and other people in need come in and they eat right next to people that are charitable.
Oh, we're all eating the same pizza and it's all delicious.
We hope to donate 1,000 slices today.
We have 4 pies coming and then 4 pies going to others.
We've got a couple thousand saved up. It's pretty awesome.
We have a problem in the city with our homeless that we need to take care of.
It's nice that we can afford people the opportunity to help other people in a very efficient, transparent way.
If you're starting to think where are they getting their food from, then maybe you're starting to think, where are they sleeping right now? It's really cold.
I'd love to own 3 or 4 or 5 similar concepts throughout Philadelphia. We're just a little pizza shop, and we serve about 40 people in need every day. Times 5 concepts, that's almost 200 people. That's a pretty powerful force. I just think it's really cool that people are so enthusiastic about such a simple program, you know? I think it shows that people generally want to help, and they are just looking for that opportunity.
We have evolved alongside the honeybee in a symbiotic relationship. We care for them, they pollinate our crops, and of course, make lots of delicious honey. But getting the golden nectar has always been quite a task. I just thought it was crazy to have to crack the hive open, pull the hive apart, stress out all the bees, and spend all day in the shed just to get your honey. And I thought, there must be a better way. So my dad and I got to work.
And we've done it. Now you can simply turn a tap and pure fresh honey flows right out of your hive. Delicious, ready for you to eat.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's honey on tap.
For those that don't know, harvesting your honey used to be a real labour of love. You had to protect yourself from stings, fire up a smoker to sedate the bees, crack the hive open, lift heavy boxes, pull out the frames trying not to squash bees, brush them off the combs or use a leaf blower, transport the frames to a processing shed, cut the wax capping off, filter the honey and clean up all the mess, then the frames have to go back to the hives again. Now you don't need to do any of that. Turn the tap, sit back and watch the honey pour out. It's pure, unprocessed, untouched, delicious honey directly from the hive. No mess, no fuss, no expensive equipment and much more friendly for the bees. This is the first time in the world this has been possible. There is nothing else like it.
It really is a revolution. We can see into the hive, we can see when the honey's ready, and we can take it away in such a gentle way. What a wonderful thing.
The flow frames are designed with clear ends so you can easily check the hive is healthy and the colony is strong. You can watch all the girls turning nectar into honey and see when it's ready, and isolate individual combs allowing you to taste all the different flavours of the seasons. You can just harvest one frame and get 3 kilograms of honey, or harvest more than 20 kilograms per box. Being able to tap it off so easily means that when there is a good honey flow, you can keep up with the bees and harvest a lot more honey. So how does it work? The flow frame consists of already partly formed honeycomb cells. The bees complete the comb with their wax and fill the cells with honey, capping it off, ready for harvest. When you turn the handle, our patented split cell technology creates channels inside the comb, allowing the honey to flow down and out of the hive while the bees are undisturbed on the comb surface. Turn the tap again, which resets the comb into the original position and allows the bees to chew the wax back and fill it with honey again. For the commercial beekeeper, the frames are built to accommodate a pneumatic system, which means you can flick a switch and harvest your whole apiary at once. We've been testing prototypes with beekeepers from around the world.
I've spent hours taking honey out of hives. This system is just blows my mind.
I tell you, I was very excited too when it actually worked. When I actually put the tubes in and watched the honey come out, I was sitting there going, what?
I was completely amazed and surprised at the amount of honey that came out. It was easy to use and there was very little disturbance to the whole hive.
It's this oversimplistic idea of how a hive can work, and yet you've actually accomplished that. That's mind-boggling. That's amazing.
Over the last decade, we have been through many prototypes. We now have our design finalised and have been testing it for the past 3 years. Now we would like you to join us and become part of this evolution in beekeeping. We are currently working with a top Australian manufacturer to produce the highest quality product. However, to produce on a large scale will require expensive tooling and the capital to produce all the parts at a volume discount. This is where we need your help through crowdfunding. To make our flow hive affordable and available to everyone. Bees are such a crucial part of our world. So if you're not ready for a hive of your own, but you would like to support this new innovation and a new community of beekeepers around the globe, then please make a donation pledge. Or perhaps you've been dreaming of having your very own beehive in your backyard, on your rooftop, in your community garden or school. Well, now is the time, and it's never been so easy for the beekeeper and so easy on the bees. For less than the cost of a standard beehive and extracting equipment, you can have our super efficient bee-friendly flow hive. Or maybe you already have bees and just want to add our flow frames to your hive so you can experience the joy of watching the bees and harvesting honey in this new way. To reward you for jumping in early and helping us kickstart this project, we are offering this invention at a discounted rate. Be one of the first in the world to have delicious fresh honey on tap straight from the hive, with none of the messy hard work or disturbance to the bees. So we've been working on this for over a decade and we're so excited to bring it to the world.
If you're interested and want to support the whole thing, make a pledge.
Look at all those bees. Bees, bees. Bees, bees. Oh, look. Look, honey.
It's really about using fresh food and making food with nice, fresh ingredients. We think Foodini could be a kitchen revolution, similar to how microwaves did it back in the 70s. Foodini ships with empty food capsules, meaning that you as the user actually buy fresh ingredients, you prepare the fresh ingredients for Foodini, and Foodini prints it out. With Foodini, you can do sweet foods, savory foods, we don't have the 6 hours a day that people used to have 50 years ago to make all our meals and snacks homemade. So it's really going back to making homemade fresh food with fresh ingredients. So Natural Machines is a young company. We have a lot of enthusiastic, passionate people on board, people passionate about technology, passionate about food, and combining that together. We wanted to add that to the design element, to make it stand out, to make it special, but at the same point to make it fit into your kitchen. An appliance that you would be proud to have on your kitchen at all times and show to other people. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is helping people eat healthier, more nutritious meals using fresh ingredients.